up, y'all? It's Risa with another speed build. So today we are doing a starter home that is limited pack build, and it is based off of a real life floor plan. So I will link in the description to the floor plan that I used, which I got off of houseplans.com, perhaps, I think. I do end up having to make a bunch of changes to it because it's too small to work in The Sims. That's basically, I just make everything just slightly bigger, just like a couple squares bigger in every direction. Because otherwise, it just was not, like, you could not actually work in it? You know what I mean? It didn't work. I could not get it to actually work properly mostly because all of the rooms are just slightly too small. It's technically, I think it's supposed to be a tiny house, like in real life. Though really funny is that it was listed as a cottage style, and it is definitely not a cottage, so that's on them. But basically I was like, oh, I want to make this into a tiny home, so I'll make it all small and everything. And then I went to go look and see if it did count as a tiny home, and it was just a small home, so I was like, well, I might as well just make it bigger, you know what I mean? I might as well just make it so that I can use it properly, and it'll be fine. I actually went back and forth a bunch on whether or not I wanted it to be true to life small, or if I wanted it to be bigger, so I had to cut out a lot of that, because I went back and forth like 5 times trying to... 5 is an exaggeration. But I went back and forth quite a bit. So, you know, it ended up being cute though. I'm actually pretty happy about how it looks. So that's something. You know, I enjoy it. This house plan caught my eye because it was small and it was bright yellow shingles, and I was like, oh, I love that. And also the windows in the front looked exactly like the windows from Seasons. So I specifically set out to use those. I was very sad to see that the shingles in Cats and Dogs comes in like a tan color, but it doesn't come in a yellow. And that was depressing. But that's okay, because it means I actually ended up doing it in a limited pack build. I think I might have already said this, who knows. But I decided to go for a limited pack build and make it a starter home, because why not? So it ends up being just over 20k, and I only used Get Together, Seasons, and Base Game. And I feel like Get Together, I only used the closets from it, so if you don't have that, it's fine. And I feel like Seasons is one of the most used packs. Like, most people, if they have one pack, they're gonna have, like, Seasons or Cats and Dogs. So when I do limited pack builds, I try to use those because I feel like they are the most, like, bought. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it's the word you guys are getting. I wanted to use these red stairs in front for a while because in the picture on the house plan website, the, like, example has red stairs and that bright yellow, like, shingles. So I went for the bright yellow siding, and I tried the red stairs, but they look just absurd in The Sims, so I do end up changing them out for white stairs, which, like, you know, I'm a coward. I should have just done it anyway, but I didn't, so, you know, it happens. I do change out the spandrels from Cats and Dogs for spandrels from Seasons later in the build, so it doesn't actually use Cats and Dogs. What's really cool is that there's an extra room in here that it was called a booth. I don't know what that means in a floor plan, but in the kitchen, there's a small room off of it that was called a booth on the floor plan, and I don't know what that means. So I'm assuming it's like a pantry. So I made it big enough so that if you have laundry day, you can put in some laundry in there. And if you have, like, bust the dust, you can put a vacuum in there if you really wanted. And I think that would be fun. I think that would be nice. if I was going to play with this in my own game, I definitely would add like laundry in there because that'd be fun. But I didn't want to add laundry since I know that's not a pack everyone has, which I think it should be a pack everyone has. It is in my top like 5 stuff packs that I'm like, if you're going to get stuff packs, here you go. So like if I had to pick one stuff pack, one game pack, and one expansion pack to like recommend to people, I would definitely say for expansion, Seasons. I think it changes gameplay so much. If I was playing without Seasons, I don't know if I would really enjoy it that much, if you know what I mean. So I think that Seasons is definitely worth it. And for game pack, I would say Parenthood, because again, it makes parenting actually like feel like it matters more. It actually feels like it adds to the game, and it makes parenting actually feel like it matters, because without Parenthood, you don't really, like, you can just, like, ignore your children. Like, if you just ignore your children, that's a perfectly acceptable way to do that. I wouldn't suggest it, but I didn't add banisters. Oh well, that's fine. They're bugged anyway. They look bad. Moving on. But definitely Parenthood. And for a stuff pack, I would say Tiny Living. But before Tiny Living, I would have said Laundry Day. Because I think Laundry Day is fantastic. It is just... I love it a lot. It, like, the stuff that comes with it and the gameplay are both really good. Which is kind of what I say about a lot of them. But, you know, it works. It's true, though, with Laundry Day and with Seasons and also with Parenthood. All of the things that I was just talking about. It's very true. I like things that add, like, mundane things. You know what I mean? So, like, having your kid have to, like, wash the dishes and stuff to be able to become responsible. I love that. And that's why I actually like the Bust the Dust kit, now that they've fixed it and it's not just terrible. Because for a while, it was really just truly awful. It was just terrible. Like, you couldn't go more than, like, a couple hours without the dust spawning. And then after that, it went the other way and I never had dust spawn at all. But now that they fixed it, it works and I really enjoy it. I like making my Sims have to vacuum and stuff, especially when I'm playing with, like, a legacy style, like, family. I enjoy being able to do that. The only thing is that in tiny homes, it really doesn't work very well. My Sims often will just go outside to vacuum, or they will just be like, nope, can't vacuum, and then they just don't. Even with a handheld vacuum. So for a couple of, like, tiny homes, if I have the money for it, I just buy the Roombas from Cats and Dogs, and that works really well. I like that there's that cross-pack play in it, so, like, we're able to have something from one pack is affecting another pack, and I think that's really fun. I really enjoy it when we do stuff like that. Which is why I like the fact that you can make candles out of beeswax. In Eco Lifestyle, you can do that. But the beeswax comes from the bee box, which comes with Seasons. So there's that crossplay, and I really enjoy that. Same with, you can use, from Nifty Knitting, you can use Plopsy to sell things that you've made in Eco Lifestyle. And I think that's awesome. I enjoy that kind of, like, cross-pack play that they do, because they really do put, like, effort into it, and I enjoy that. I really like it when it seems like they're listening to us, and they're giving us things that we're actually interested in. Like, I'm sorry, the new pack, which I have not addressed yet. I'm really, really excited for, what's it called? Dream Home Designer? Whatever, the newest game pack. I'm really, really excited for it because It is one of my favorite careers from The Sims 3, which was the architecture career. I really liked that one and the stylist career. And we kind of have the stylist career in The Sims 4 now. When you play in the, like, is it actually the stylist career? It's one of those that you can do at home or whatever. I don't remember what any of the words mean, but you know what I mean. But it's not quite the same thing. Like, you can give people makeovers, but it's not a part of the play so much. It's just something you can choose to do. And that's why I always really loved the architecture career, because it was like, it was the job, and you had all of these goals, and you had to figure it out like a puzzle. And that is also what the new game pack is going to be like, except it's interior design instead of being an architect, which, like, valid, because you're not as likely to need to actually make, like, change things architecturally speaking, I would think. But in the trailer they did show that. Okay, but what I was getting to is that this pack is actually doing what we've wanted, which is including things like, there's so much clutter that's like bit by bit clutter. And that's something that we've always really lacked in The Sims 4. So I got so excited seeing just shoes. I can place shoe clutter. I'm so excited for that. That's such a ridiculous thing to be excited for, but I am absolutely obsessed with the idea that I can just place down random shoes on the floor in rooms and stuff. Like, that's so fantastic. I like little clutter things that make the game feel more realistic. So mundane things like laundry and like vacuuming and just stuff I really enjoy because it just makes it feel a little more real. So I end up moving the teen's bedroom downstairs to that kind of like extension room looking thing, and I put a children's room upstairs instead, mostly because I was going to do it the other way around, and then I was like, but there's a door leading out into the backyard from the one downstairs, so that should be the teen's room, not the kids' room. Because that would be, like, just, can you imagine having your kid just have a door into the backyard from their room? Like, it's bad enough with a teenager. Really, it should be the parents, but it's not a big enough room for it to be the, like, primary bedroom. Which, by the way, I think that's an awesome thing, that primary bedroom replacing, like, the term master bedroom and stuff like that. So a lot of things are now saying main bedroom or primary bedroom. And I'm very happy about that, because the other phrase is, like, a master bedroom and stuff like that. That's just, like, left over from, like, when we described houses that kept servants or slaves in them. So, good on you, real estate websites, for changing that. I appreciate it. I didn't really get into cluttering up this house because I wanted it to be I wanted it to actually be a starter home. And for starter homes, there's no reason to clutter it. So yeah, that is pretty much this build. It'll be going into screenshots pretty soon. So if you like this build and you want to see more like them, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell button to get a notification every time I post a new video. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big ol' thumbs up and leave me a comment telling me what you think about it. What packs do you think are absolutely essential for The Sims 4? I would really like to hear everyone else's, like, ideas on that, because we all have completely different ideas on what is and isn't essential. If you guys want to watch me play video games on Twitch, you can find me at my Twitch channel, Curlmeister Sisters. I play games, mostly point-and-click games, with my sister. So thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out, y'all.
you.